Hammertime, Mace Hammertime, Mace Hammertime, Mace Hammertime MMA Power Hour Show with Ronnie, yeah! Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mace Hammertime with the Hammertime MMA podcast. Hammertime MMA show. We're here today with my co-host, Ronnie J. Say what's up.
What up? It's your boy, Ronnie J. We're going to get into some MMA news today.
That's right. We also got our co-host here, Tuffy 5000, Tuffy 5K, actually. And he's my sidekick and our third co-host. And he's also undefeated in over 500 street fights. He's a pit bull. I know they got a bad rep, but he's one of the good ones. And he doesn't look like your typical pit bull, but I assure you, you don't want to meet this guy in a dark alley. Okay, so today we're going to be talking. There's no big events coming up, is there?
No, not really, but
You got a fight night coming up. You said something else, but there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
what do we got going on
here?
here?
A little bit of drama with Joaquin Buckley and Hamzat. We talked a little bit about this.
Gotcha. And to explain the scenario, what happened?
So they're backstage apparently at a UFC event. I'm gonna pull up the video real quick.
Okay.
And so Joaquin Buckley is essentially asking
I think
Darren Till
yes,
for a fight.
Yes.
Because they're there together, you know?
Yeah.
So he's asking Darren Till for a fight. And, Hamzat being Hamzat, he runs up on him. He's like, hey, yo, why you talking to my homie like that? We're the Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
You can't be running up on one of the Smash Brothers. So, yeah.
Okay, so I think I saw that as well. And so what I got from the story also, though, is that Darren Till doesn't even know who Joaquin Buckley is. He's just surprised this guy comes up to him in the back. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I definitely know Hamzat does not know who Joaquin Buckley is.
Darren Till definitely knows who Joaquin Buckley is.
Yeah, well, he said when they walked away, he said who the fuck was that, and he said I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he must know who he is.
That was
Must know. But it was such a those guys are funny as shit. They're like Dumb and Dumber but tough.
Exactly, but it was funny because Hamzat genuinely does not know who Joaquin Buckley is.
He does, and he's on site all the time. But was that video footage from before or after he fought Gilbert Burns? I think it was from before.
I think it might be before.
Yeah, and I like we talked about last time, after that dude had a loss, Hamzat or whatever, he has a loss. I think he was riding some kind of weird psychotic wave there, where he thought he was undefeated. Listen, when you're undefeated like myself, you don't act like that. You just are. You know, it's like he didn't have that. You know what? Let me tell you this. Being undefeated at fighting is like being super good looking. Some people know how to handle it. Some people don't. And there are not many people that are undefeated. So, you know, there's a couple guys out there. Khabib does a good job being undefeated, although he ducked me for a couple years there. I don't think we're ever going to get that match, honestly.
I mean, you should. I feel like you should show the DMs. Like, he's never been scared of extracurricular violence. You should, just be, straight up with him.
I mean, I'd meet him in his own terms. I go up into the mountains and fight him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to. I challenge people all the time. You know, just no press, no cameras. You want to just prove it mano a mano and man to man. And so that's kind of what I do. But
So you agree with what Buckley did?
I think that's good for Buckley. I think that what I think about fighting that's so important is just you got to get the cameras on you all the time and generate some kind of heat. Because, you know, we talked, I think last time we spoke, and I talk to people about this all the time. There's a lot of good fighters, but you got to get people interested at this point now. It's saturated with quality fighters. And,
True.
You know, and there's a lot of real.
It's the UFC. Everybody's a great fighter.
Everyone's great, but within the UFC, there's a lot of real mid-tier UFC fighters as well. So there's a whole bunch of those guys and just a few superstars. You know, because somebody remember the heat that Till had on him?
Oh yes.
Darren
people
Till,
were saying he's a world class striker. Like he is.
I think he is.
He didn't have as many credentials as people were saying.
He didn't handle losing well at all.
Yeah.
It totally changed who he is, and that's okay. I think he just got to that point where he was untouchable, and then finally you realize, like, when he's getting knocked out by journeyman George Masvidal, like, come on. And granted, Masvidal's we talked about him before. He's a good fighter, but Darren Till, if you're a world-class striker, he's fucking huge for 170 pounds too, which might have been a problem with the weight cutting.
Oh, definitely.
He's a big dude, but Joaquin Buckley wants to fight him at 172, and I'm like, I don't know. I think Till should stay at 185, but he's going to be he's going to be a 500 fighter, I think.
And Joaquin Buckley's a 185er, and like,
is he really?
He is a 185er.
He's not a tall fella though, man. He's small.
He's not at all.
But he's stocky, one of those guys. What's he known for? What did he do that's been amazing? Anything?
Well, I mean, you don't remember the sidekick?
That one kick he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I teach, so I'm surprised he knew it. I do those all the time, but that's pretty much like my basic kick.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's
what he
double
did,
tap, from Taekwondo.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, but so he's a dynamic fighter, but he hasn't put together a bunch of wins in a row, or has he done that? What's his record?
Let's look.
Find out
because I remember like I didn't really follow him much because like I'm not really one for like hype trains, and it wasn't. I mean, it was impressive. Like it was a very impressive technique. And it was really cool, but it just. It wasn't really enough for me to keep up with him.
Gotcha. So it was like a highlight reel thing, kind of.
Yeah, and it was cool. Like he's very skilled. Like you don't pull something like that off without being skilled.
Yeah,
but it's just
Yeah, you got to do it all the time, or at least be like. I think
be known for the guy who's like fucking dynamic as shit. Like,
I just think there's like these guys who just. When you see them, I just watched Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier again today.
Oh, such a good fight.
And Charles Oliveira is really in a weird place right now. He's at his best. Like he's got probably 2 or 3 more fights at this level. I'm happy for the guy because
all of them gonna be defenses. I'm telling you that right now.
You think so? You don't think he's gonna lose?
He's retiring on top.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. He's beatable for sure. He's
already
been
definitely.
beat, and he gets hit a lot. But okay, so what do you think's gonna happen? You think Till's gonna actually take that fight with Buckley?
He shouldn't. He should honestly be the replacement for Vettori because I think he wins that fight.
Oh, you think that he could step in and fight? You think that Darren Till could step in at 185 and fight Marvin Vettori?
Yeah, Robert Whittaker
in June.
Oh yeah, I kind of.
That's in June, I think.
Yeah, that is in June. UFC 275.
Yeah.
Hey, he has enough time to make that camp.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't know if I feel bad for Till, but he's one of those weird weight guys where he's like a big 170 pounder, but like a
medium. I say he's a medium size, like because he's a medium.
He probably walks around like maybe like at 200.
Definitely.
So if he's.
But to his credit, I mean that's Israel Adesanya walks around at 200. I feel like 200 pounds, like
that's the easy cut to 185 though.
Yeah, but the easiest cut.
But there's some 185 pounders that are like Vettori probably walks around at like 225.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
That guy's a fucking Italian meatball. Not even joking, dude. That guy he looks like there's no neck on him. He's got a fucking head that's like a boulder.
Yeah.
But you actually think there's a possibility that their Till Buckley fight materializes, or was that just some chick shit in the back of the?
I think it's gonna be like one of those things. Like,
who does Till fight next then?
I feel like he should fight Marvin Vettori. Like, Whittaker's out, and like it.
Well, that was what Vettori said. So I know the insiders at the UFC. So when I break the news,
what
we'll
did
know
they
for
tell
sure.
you?
I haven't heard any of the conclusive data right now, and I'm never wrong, so I can't say anything until.
Mace, are you trying to Ariel Helwani the UFC right now?
I am his source. He calls me.
Oh, okay.
I told you about last time. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. I'm 1 degree away from the guy.
Respect.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So okay. So what else we got to talk? What else we got going on here?
All right. So well, actually, let's backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Who do you think would win that fight between
Buckley and Till?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a pick'em fight. I'd have to watch and see how they're acting and see how see what their demeanor is closer to the fight. Skill wise, I think Darren Till's supposed to win that, but it's a good fight. Those guys match up, I think, in a very interesting well. But I don't know if Buckley can wrestle or not.
I don't think he can.
If he can't, then he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Because Till can't wrestle for shit. You
But
know?
he's a black belt in like luta livre, which is like Brazilian submission.
Who's
wrestling.
that?
Yeah,
Who is?
Darren Till. Like when he was training in Brazil, he became a black belt in luta livre.
Yeah. I'm a triple black belt in that. It's not as effective. That's fine. I don't know. I don't see a lot of lucha libre champions in fucking the UFC though.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but like Jose,
You gotta
Aldo,
use that. Dude,
Jose Aldo's a black belt.
I
so,
know,
like,
I know.
you
But I use that. I mean, that's really good for use in jungle warfare. You wouldn't know about that, but so okay. So I do think Till Till should win against Buckley. How about that?
Yeah, he
Till
really should.
Till has mental hurdles. That's what he's got. I think that's why he likes hanging out with Hamzat.
Yeah,
Hamzat's
no
got
hurdles.
Hamzat's got that had that. So Hamzat had that naive invincibility about him that Till used to have.
Honestly, I think.
You remember that? You know what I'm talking about? That like when guys are not, they've never lost. They have this insane mental invincibility. You see a lot of young guys come through, and that they have that same thing. And it's interesting to watch them after they lose and how they react. So Till is definitely learned to lose.
Yeah.
And he was so close to being a champion. So close.
For real. Like he
He was
he
so
literally
He got his
there.
ass kicked though by Tyron Woodley. So I mean Tyron Woodley beat him up that fight.
Yeah.
He was losing. Tyron's got one thing and he couldn't stop. It's that pull two he hits. And he did it. He hit
Every
that pull
time.
two on him, and he does it every time. And that's when Tyron was, pre getting KO'd by YouTube guys and becoming a fucking.
Don't do that. That hurts my soul every time.
I think he got. I don't think that would like. I have my thoughts on that.
You know,
We'll get it. We'll
you
talk
know,
about that
nah.
later because I think we're going to talk about some of that dude's life later. But yeah, if you were to ask me to bet like $100 on it, I would bet money on Till, and I'm never. All my bets are always true. And they always come through.
All your bets.
I'm not even joking. I make so much money betting because I'm so good. I don't even do it sometimes. I don't even do it. It's just it becomes too easy. I'm like, oh, give me a challenge.
Well,
Please.
You know,
Sometimes, you know what happened one time? I just even look at my bets. I was just closing my eyes. I still got it.
oh my,
That's how it goes.
that's impressive.
Listen,
Okay, hold up.
Listen. When you get listen, I just got the touch.
You have the touch.
Yeah, I got this too. So anyway, yeah, the hammer. This is the hammer. This is and guess what? Just so everybody know, everybody's probably wondering out there how I got my name, Mace Hammertime. That's my birth name. It's on my birth certificate.
It is actually.
Yes.
He showed it to me,
Yeah.
and I kind of freaked out.
You can't it's my name, and that's why I would never have a ring name. I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, like
Mace
you
Hammer.
literally cannot go anywhere, like from that. That's
My
just
name
peak.
sounds like it beats you up. Okay, so let's go on. Let's move on to the next situation. What else we got going on?
All right. So this is actually pretty interesting. One is having an 8-man tournament. It's gonna be kickboxing.
Kickboxing 8-man tournament. I like this in one night.
Nah, it's not gonna be in
Then
one
I
night.
don't like it as
They-
much.
What? I mean,
If
you can't do stuff like this
yes,
anymore.
you can. You can do it in Asia,
Oh.
and you can do it with kickboxing because you're not. It's like it's different. Come on, this is the problem with the fight world. Soft. I one time fought 16 times in a night.
You fought 16 times
Yes,
in one night.
16 times in a night, and I won them all in the first round. But still, at 16 times, I got to make the walk. Most people can't handle that. The pressure.
No
but
one
anyway,
that didn't happen. No one can handle that.
you don't know anything about
16 fights in one night.
They're easy when you get them over within 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
I can't listen when you know the stuff that I know. But so what's the weight class for this one?
It is super featherweight, I think.
Oh, so we're talking like 125-pound dudes?
Yes.
Yikes. That they should be able to do that one night, honestly.
How so?
If they're doing like how long would the rounds be? 5-2s? or 5 threes?
Nah, it's not that long. It's like 3 threes.
I don't understand why they couldn't do. Those guys don't even hit hard. I would like.
It's
I mean,
flyweight. It's flyweight.
I've sparred with
Muay
some flyweights.
Thai
and
Grand Prix.
Yeah, it feels like a massage.
Uh,
But
Rod Tang.
what?
Rod Tang, Haggerty, like some of the hardest hitting flyweights are in this.
I know.
It's gonna be amazing.
I saw that Raw Tang was he the one that fought Demetrius Johnson?
Yes, and
God, that guy was hitting hard.
Yes, he got hit hard a couple times. He just ate him.
He ate one, but that's what I'm saying. This is not even like, physically the smaller dudes. They don't necessarily generate enough power, which is interesting.
I gotta disagree. I done got hit by some small men who can crack.
First problem. You got hit. All right. I mean, if I taught you anything,
everyone gets hit.
Okay. Well, I only get hit if I want to bait somebody into something. I do it to make them feel good a little bit. I just oh, you're getting me. Just kidding. Lights out.
Yeah, because you're a true master, correct?
You just got to do a couple certain moves. But anyway, they do hit hard, though. I know some of the people we train with, they can definitely put it on for sure. But, it's like I don't necessarily see as many knockouts at the lighter weights, and that's not really,
Oh, Rod Tank puts people to sleep.
Yeah, he does. That dude. Then there's always exceptionally powerful people at thing, but overall, on a whole, I think that those weight classes lack a lot of the super power to put people to sleep that higher weights do. I mean, when you watch heavyweight, we talked about it last time. Also, it's like I expect people to go to sleep. When I watch a smaller, especially in MMA and fighting, I usually expect that. I expect a lot of energy, high pace. And generally it is like a decision or a TKO, but never a lights out, go to bed knockout. I'm trying to think about the last flyweight, featherweight knockout I've seen in MMA.
Flyweight, feather.
They don't. I don't really know a lot of fighters at those weight classes either because it's like there's not a whole lot of.
You gotta get your knowledge up, bro. Listen,
I learned everything I need to know about the UFC 2 weeks ago. All right. I knew nothing about it. I binge watched the entire Fight Pass. I know everything about it now. Mm-hmm. The thing about the flyweights and the reason why the knowledge isn't there is there's just not a lot of interesting. I mean, they're good fighters. I think that Henry Cejudo, to be honest with you, was the last. He was funny as shit, and he still is. I hope he comes back and fights, but he's never fighting at 125 pounds again. He'd be lucky to make 145 right now.
Yeah, he definitely could. So, yeah. Have I asked you who you think takes that fight?
The Cejudo?
Yeah, Cejudo versus Volk. If they ever got to scrap
I think that Volkanovski would beat him up. I think Cejudo just kind of hit lightning in a bottle at the weird time where all the stars aligned for him. I really think so. The fact that Dillashaw got dehydrated, almost killed himself on drugs to get to the lowest weight. Yeah. That was an easy fight for him.
Yeah.
It just was you remember watching the build up that TJ Dillashaw looked horrible.
He looked he said it himself. He looked like a crackhead.
Yeah, he looked like a drug addict hanging on a street corner trying to fucking sell you a car stereo. I'm not even joking. He looked bad, dude. And so, I think that at that time there was a changing of the guard at those weights. Obviously at 35, Cody Garbrandt is a imposter. Guy's a good fighter, but he needs to get his head back on and win some fights in a row. And I know that guy can do it, but you got to, something's got to change with that dude. I just don't think he cares. I think he's more interested in being a dad and hanging out, and good for him. I
think he wants to be champ, but I think
I don't think so, dude. I don't think he wants to be
really
champ.
Fucked him up.
I think he has been the champ, and he's like a guy who was satisfied by that. He's probably a millionaire. He's got a fucking awesome family, and he could probably get 3 more fights on his, maybe 2 more fights. He can always fight, but I don't think that dude's ever gonna sniff a championship again.
You don't think he can just make a resurgence and be like, I'm back?
I don't think so. I don't think like I said, I don't think that if I was to guess, I don't think he's got the desire to do that. I think he's got a desire to be a fighter and take fights and make some money. And I'd like to see him fight Sean O'Malley for some reason.
For some reason.
I would love to see that
exactly.
Fight.
I know.
I would love to see them fight. But Garbrandt went down his last fight to 125.
Yeah, bro, but Sean O'Malley is fighting. Okay, think about it business wise.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley is fighting lower ranked people. If he fights Cody Garbrandt, I feel and wins, that's bigger exposure. Like that's more.
Yeah, I
exposure.
think so. I think at this point, I think it would be bad for Cody to take a fight with him. I think Cody needs to win a couple, then they can meet when if he gets on a little streak going, that would be good for him. But if he fought him right now, he'd get beat up. Anyway, so when is this one championship 8-man tournament start?
It starts on May 20th.
Interesting.
Kick off its first. Okay, on May 20th, ONE will kick off its first ever World Grand Prix Championship in Muay Thai with the greatest 8-man global tournament. It's gonna have, it has a really wide selection of people. Like,
Okay, cool.
Like some, I'm showing.
Yeah. So some good fighters on there, and it's going to take place over a few weeks. You know what happens though? The problem with combat tournaments like that is sometimes winners don't move on because they're hurt.
Yeah,
That's
that's what happened in Strikeforce. That's that's kind of why Daniel Cormier is kind of got his name because wasn't it Alistair Overeem? He dropped out,
and he had to go in and step in and fight. I just don't, and not everybody's built like me, to be able to just keep going. And going. So, I don't know. I'm not super hyped about that, but we can follow. Well, let's keep up with that as it goes on and see. Let's make a bet at the beginning and see who wins it.
All right, bet.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
All right. Bisping has been calling out Jake Paul.
Oh, I think it's the other way around. Jake Paul called out Bisping.
Yeah, Jake Paul has been calling out Bisping.
So
they've been going back and forth, and it's been hilarious.
Yeah, and I saw some of the twiddles they have, or what are they called?
The
tweeters. And I think that Michael Bisping's a good sport about it for sure. I think that if Michael Bisping could pass the physical, he would take that.
Oh yeah,
but
he would win.
You want to know something?
Think he would win.
You want to know something? I'm not counting out Jake Paul in any fight against a retired MMA fighter ever again. And I'll tell you why.
That's fair.
I'll tell you why. I've been around some gyms, and guys come in, 21 years old, never struck before, never fought before, have way less resources, probably the same athletic ability as somebody like Jake Paul. They strap up, and in a couple years, they look good. And then you think about somebody like Jake Paul, who's got above average, I'd say, athletic ability, dedication, the finances, and the time.
Love boxing.
Why could he like people like I don't think he's ever going to be a world beater at boxing.
Oh, definitely.
But right now, Jake Paul is in the ascension of his athletic career. Michael Bisping is not. Michael Bisping's got one eye, fought MMA, can probably box like a motherfucker. Is tough as shit. But I would not at this point sleep on the fact that Jake Paul could fucking win that fight. I'm just saying. And it's like, but I don't think that makes Jake Paul look any better. He's fighting retired MMA guys obviously Michael Bisping has one eye. He'd never admit it, but that's not going to help him again at his advance. He's over 40 years old or whatever he's at. I mean, I think that Jake Paul could have pretty good odds of knocking out Michael Bisping. Just saying.
What about experience?
But Michael Bisping doesn't have any boxing experience. I mean, I'm just telling you, if Jake Paul, all he does, man, I know this. If all you do is that one thing, and Jake Paul's putting in the work, and he's got the best people around him and all the money that could give him the treatment, the after treatments, Jake Paul's entire hype train falls off when he loses a fight. When he gets knocked dead, none of these events are going to mean shit.
That's facts. I'm gonna miss it when it's gone.
He's just gonna transition into being a promoter. He's like the new Dana White. I'm telling you this right now. He's gonna have his own fights he's putting on.
That's a bit. You don't think that's?
Listen, I don't think he's gonna be as big as Dana White, but he's gonna transition into promoter after he's done fighting, and just put together all these crazy fights that nobody's willing to put together, that everybody wants to see, but they don't know they want to see it.
So freak show fights.
Pretty much, because people love those. I love those things. I love it. I love when I honestly love watching I love watching unskilled fighters fight. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That's an interesting take. Well, you like things like those tough enough competitions.
I think they're awesome. I don't obviously I'm not watching it because of the technique.
Yeah.
But some funny people just watching people who don't know how to fight and then when they actually ask to fight, how do they actually try to fight? It's hilarious. It's one of the funniest things you've ever. I mean, they don't know. Most people don't know how to do it. So guys just start throwing like these like I don't know what they're even called, but they're these big looping hooks. Girls like grabbing hair. That shit makes me laugh. But also, these fights and on a higher level with like Jake Paul. If some stupid rapper wants to come and get bodied up on fucking TV for my entertainment, cool, let's go.
Okay.
It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious because
it is.
No matter what, let's say you're a famous rapper and like this is a big deal for you and you're going against some guy you got beef with or whatever the fuck it is, whatever the fight is. Two stupid rappers, who cares? I know it's not important to me, but just, dude, the fact that they're doing that and then you're willing to go get your fucking, like, nobody goes into a fight thinking they're going to lose.
True.
And then, like it takes a certain kind of, Tyron Woodley got put to bed. Once proud champion, reduced to a dead body. Just like that was a it looked fake.
It did, but listen, like it was so real.
I know, because when I drop people, it looks like that. Not many people have that technique, and that was like.
And it was kind of cool how he did it. Like he elicited a reaction.
I know, but I heard some whispers that there was like a hand signal.
There was a hand signal
that Tyron was supposed to give him to
the
put
only hand signal he saw was never mind.
I know.
Was the hand retracting. That was the only thing.
You know what though? You know what's so fucked up about that though is like I watched that knockout. I was like, how did he not see that,
bro?
I mean, dude, I fucking like that. I was like,
hold up,
it wasn't even that cute or tricky. But again, Tyron is retired MMA fighter and a fucking savage and an animal.
Yeah.
But you got a young, hungry guy that's got really nothing to lose, everything to gain. And he's also, dude, Tyron Woodley's, or Jake Paul's a big dude.
Yeah, he's like 6'1".
He's like 210 pounds, something like 215. He's fucking
and
big.
he's a cruiserweight, so he only has to cut like 15 pounds.
And he's a big dude. And he's probably on gear.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Go for it, bro. You're not getting tested.
For real, like honestly, and it's like I don't know, like
yeah, but if he's if I know he's on gear and I'm gonna fight him and they're not testing, I'm getting on some gear too. Fuck off. Yeah, I mean I don't ever need it, but I can see why some people would do that.
Yeah, all you gotta do is hit him with the.
Bro, I was built. I was born with abs.
You were born.
Yeah, I came out with abs. Okay, but yeah, I think in the future Jake Paul just kind of transitions into being like the promoter who puts on bigger events and. I think he can do it. I don't think it'll ever be like the greatest talent. I think it's always going to be what it is, which is just fun, exciting events with, and I don't know if that's even like the celebrity boxing thing or the internet, feud boxing thing. I don't know how long it's going to last anyway. I think that Jake Paul is like a Conor McGregor, but nobody's going to be able to do this again. You
don't think so?
No, it's going to be old.
I think people are always going to be like,
come on, every time somebody tries to Conor, like you look like a dummy. And Jake Paul did it first. He started calling these dudes out. If some other, like, nobody's going to be able to, it'll seem disingenuous and stupid. Yeah. If somebody else does it. Like, who else is going to, I don't know.
Like, he's copying Jake Paul.
Yeah. Like, what, H3H or whatever is going to start calling people out and fighting him, whatever that guy's name is? Like, what are we talking about here? But, okay. So, what else we got going on? What else besides Jake Paul? And what else are we going to do here?
Oh, okay. So, Masvidal has broken his silence.
Oh, yeah. Pull that up. That was funny as shit.
Oh, man.
I forgot what he said, but it was like some kind of quote. And you know what? Every time that guy opens his mouth right now, he seems like phonier and phonier.
First off, don't talk about the king of Miami like that.
He's not the king.
He is the king.
Listen, dude, if you're the king of Miami, you don't listen. The king of Miami does not wait outside a steakhouse with a sweatshirt on, pulled over, and a COVID mask, and then sucker punch some guy twice and not even knock him out, and then run away talking crazy shit.
He's the king of the shadows.
He's not, dude. Come on. If you're really the king of Miami, you send 5 dudes to scare him.
Nah.
That's how I do it. I'm not trying to get my hands dirty if I'm the king.
Nah.
That worked out. How did that work out for him? He looks
How do you get arrested immediately? If you Nah, like, okay, all jokes aside, if you the king of Miami, they're not supposed to be able to find you.
That's what I'm saying too. But
Like, God, man, like
it was kind of hard when Colby Covington said his greasy hair was sticking out the sides of his hoodie, and then he sounded just like George Masvidal. And then he happened to reference the fact that he shouldn't talk about his kids, which, to be fair, Colby never talked about his kids. I did some research on this. Never actually said anything about his kids. He did say some things, though, that I understand. I would understand why George Masvidal is upset. Mm-hmm. I do. He had his time to beat him up.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. He looks like a fucking idiot now. But one thing that Colby Covington said that George Masvidal is a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, Colby also said during one of the press conferences that he was talking about George's money, and he's like, George doesn't have any money because he sends half of it to Maritza or whatever his ex-wife's name is. Well, if he's sending her half of his money, that's a lot of money, and that's going to the kids. That would totally negate the fact that he's a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Correct?
I mean, but Colby Covington, like, he contradicts himself.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. Colby is doing this under the guise of caring about those children. If he really does care about those kids, knowing that his dad does give money, you would never say that out loud, because now George Masvidal has real life things he needs to talk about with those kids about him being a dad.
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not cool. Okay? So what he said about him being a deadbeat dad, if he's giving him fucking $150,000 every time he gets paid, is he's not a deadbeat dad. Whether it's forced or not, that money's still going to those kids and they're being taken care of, at least financially, which totally negates what a deadbeat dad is. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You are correct.
If Colby Covington really cares about George Masvidal's kids, he would not say those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because his one kid is 13. And she knows and she can read, and she'd be like questioning. That's not something that a father needs in their life, especially if they are trying to participate in their kid's life, because it's already hard enough to raise a kid in reality. And then, like George Masvidal knows he's a public figure now. There's gonna be some shit said.
Yeah, he was like the biggest star of 2019.
Yeah, that was.
We see how that went.
Yeah, he went out faster than Vanilla Ice.
He went out faster than Ben Askren.
Yeah. So, but so that's not an okay thing to say as a father. If you were to hear that and you were taking care of your kids, that's actually an insult and something that really.
Yeah.
You can say that around town or whatever, but when you're saying it to the world, multiple times, it's not okay. That's actually bad for the kids. So he's contradicting himself by getting the kids involved and saying that one's abusive or being a deadbeat. I don't like that. That being said, you don't hide outside a steakhouse with a sweatsuit on and a COVID mask and ambush somebody. That's Bush League shit.
Yeah. Like, okay. So I've told you a little bit about this, but I have no problem with extracurricular violence. But walk to him straight up and be like, hey, get up, meet me outside in 5 minutes, and we about to run hands.
Yeah.
And that, I can respect that. But
yeah, but Colby Covington would have laughed at him and be like, I just beat you up for 25 minutes in front of the whole world and not doing it in an alley. Eat shit. Really, I mean, I don't know, I understand.
Yeah, I understand. That's a lose-lose situation, but at least you said something.
I understand why George Masvidal is upset. Eat shit now. I understand why he's upset though. That's all I'm saying. But his reaction is
yeah, he snapped. I mean, there's nothing.
Well, he said in the comment, I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but that fight with Colby broke him. He took that one harder probably than any other fight he's ever had. Yeah. Truth is, George Masvidal needs to go on another reality television show and find himself again.
Hey, Ultimate Fighter, bro.
I don't know. I think that dude.
Jorge Colby too.
I don't think he wins again in the UFC.
Oh my God, bro, it's over.
I don't think George Masvidal wins again in the UFC.
He got that tattoo, and
that is the worst.
Everything went to shit after he got that tattoo.
Well, he what he was trying to make a fucking brand like Dan Henderson with that. They use that on Henderson's brand, that punch. The picture they got for that Dan Henderson one is awesome. Right? It's a totally great picture. The one that Masvidal even the knee picture, if you just see a silhouette of it, it looks like blobs. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can clearly see in the Dan Henderson one, it's a guy jumping in the air with his fist.
Yeah.
But with that one, it's kind of like it's like they're too close. You know, you can't see the subtlety of what's going on, and it looks like a blob on his shoulder. It's fucking horrible. Anyway, he's never gonna be able to get it covered up either because he's already committed to that. That's like his brand. So you get it covered up, it means your brand shit.
Yeah. He also said Kamaru Usman striking is nothing special.
Oh my lord, Kamaru Usman. He said that. George Masvidal said that about Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
When is that recent or is that one?
Oh no, that's recent. That is.
Why would he say that?
I don't know what provoked it, and I'm trying to find out.
I don't know if he remembers. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't remember exactly what happened.
Oh,
he got his head spun around like a fucking owl. And
nothing special. Okay. Jorge Masvidal downplays Kamaru Usman striking. Nothing special on the feet. Jorge Masvidal.
Oh my gosh! You know, there was a moment there, like I was kind of like, all right, maybe this guy. I'm kind of interested in him a little bit more. I don't give a shit about that guy anymore.
Hey yo,
he's gonna be. He's not gonna win again in the UFC.
MMA Junkie or the people who did this interview, and they throw a bunch of shade at Jorge Masvidal, despite suffering a violent knockout loss to Usman. And then they bring up his record. Oh my God.
He's not going to win again. I'm telling you, man. I'm glad for the guy. I hope he made a lot of money. I hope he invested it well and saved it, because I don't think he will probably. George Masvidal will be in Bellator in 2 years. He's just already on the. He's old, man. He's like, and he's lost a lot. Has he lost 20 times?
He's lost 16 times.
Oh Lord, how many?
But
wins?
he's won 35, so like it balances it out.
Yeah, right.
You don't think that balances it out?
I mean, whatever. That's a lot of losses, man. When you get a double-digit losses, that's awful. You know, it's awful. And yeah. Okay, so what else we got going on here? What else?
All right, Aljo and TJ fight.
So I saw that. I think that's a good fight.
I think that's a great fight.
I more so just for the uncomfortable interviews and press conferences coming up with those two guys.
Oh yeah, because you know for a fact Aljo's cringy, but like he actually can roast people when he wants to. Like I really feel like he spared Jan a lot.
Well, he doesn't speak English.
Yeah, exactly. So like the effect would be lost, but like. Yo, like it's really about.
I know, and then TJ's got that annoying open mouth gum chewing he does.
Yeah, and like he can't handle when people talk. He can't handle when people talk shit to him.
Dude, he's an open mouth gum chewer. That's an automatic not friend of mine. Can't stand that. So he open mouth gum chews while he talks, and so, but he's cocky as fuck, and I like that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what made him like. That's what made him like. That's what gave him that edge. That's what made him so competitive. That's what got him to where he was. It also is what got him suspended for 2 years.
He's a psycho, man.
He really is.
He's a total psycho, and
like he's obsessive, and you love to see it. Like that's why he's a GOAT.
Yeah, and I trained with guys like him before that. Really, even in the room with your teammates, there's no mercy. They always have to win, and it's like those are the kind of people that will like race at walking to a car, you know?
Yeah, for real. No, like, have you heard what TJ Dillashaw does to people in the gym? Like, he'll take the new people, like, he'll take the newer people and the younger people, like 18 and older, and just beat the shit out of them until they cry. Like, yeah, that's his. He's
a sadistic.
Thing.
He's kind of like one of those guys, and I've been around guys like that in wrestling rooms and in training rooms. And stuff. But yeah, he's. I don't think. After his next fight, I can tell you what TJ Dillashaw's potential is moving forward. He blew out his knee again against Sandhagen. He won that fight, but arguably lost that fight. That was
I think he lost that fight very handedly. But
you think he's lost it handedly?
Not handedly, as in like
I watched it recently.
It's
a good fight.
It is a good fight, but I feel like I feel like he should have lost the last round.
Yeah. Well, I can't disagree with some of that. I will say though that that fight would have been awesome in front of a crowd.
Oh my god!
Because that was one of those like
People would have been losing their
just
fucking mind.
nasty, and it was violent and aggressive, and there was like a lot of, when people don't, if you really are really into fighting, like we are,
Yeah.
You appreciate those stories in the fights, like like that 5 minutes turns into a saga of swaying from one fighter's advantage to the next, and a slip here and a strike there, and everything changes, and it's like that was like one of those kind of fights that was just.
It was extremely technical. It was like, bro, every fight that Corey Sandhagen has been in lately is just a display of technical, like, violence.
Corey Sandhagen is the Charles Oliveira of the future. He's going to be a champion.
I love that comparison.
Yeah, he's kind of just, doing his time now, but that dude he has the mindset of a champion.
He has the mindset of a fucking conqueror, first off.
Yeah.
Like, that man, like, when you listen to that man talk, like, he talks about like fighting is like as if it's just his kingdom, and he's just raiding other people's kingdom.
He's very dry and calculated about it. Like it's like he is like this calculated killer kind of mindset.
He's the opposite of TJ Dillashaw. Like,
yeah.
Whereas TJ's like okay, I'm gonna, like, he's violent, like, he's openly violent, he's expressively violent, like, I'm gonna kill you. Corey's like, he's that type that just sits in the shadows and just, like, he doesn't say shit, he just cuts your,
he will be that. What's so crazy in Sandhagen? Corey Sandhagen could probably compete 135, 145 easily.
Yeah, his frame is just perfect.
He the thing about him is he keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's getting, like, he's never, after you lose like big time championship fights like that, we talk about it all the time, how even a guy like Till, they just kind of, gosh, it really fucks with them. I don't think it fucks with Corey Sandhagen. I think Sandhagen, like, the one fight, he in his mind, he probably feels good about the Dillashaw fight. Probably feels bad about the Aljo fight because he got his ass choked out.
Yeah.
But
they got to run that back. I feel like it would be more competitive. I think Aljo still wins, but it would be more competitive.
Yeah, the thing about Aljo is that he does that back thing. If he can get on your back, it becomes really problematic. Not exciting, but it's safe and effective.
Yeah,
safe and really effective. But I think that Aljo Dillashaw, that's a fight to make, I think. But
that is a fight to make, but I don't think Aljamain Sterling wants it. Like,
I think he's the one who wants it, dude.
He was talking to Ariel Helwani. He was when I think about it, like, he doesn't think TJ Dillashaw deserves it, essentially.
He
wants to fight Aldo. He wants to fight Aldo. I feel like that could be
because he can beat Aldo. He knows that. He doesn't.
First off, I kind of want Aldo to win. Like, if Aldo wins the belt again, I will fucking, I don't know.
I would be cool with that.
I would be so cool with that.
I'd be cool with that. Yeah, like he's not. It's just so many fights in that guy's record, but I think he's lost 8.
He hasn't lost a lot. That's what's weird.
I think he's lost 8, but he beat up Marlon Moraes that one time. And he got ripped off.
I'm about to look his record up right now.
I think he's got 6 losses, actually. But the Marlon Moraes fight was horseshit. Marlon Moraes retired, you know that?
Yeah, that was, oh, man.
Good for him,
what
honestly.
a fucking career, first off.
He peaked out, but once he started losing, that got bad for him too, right?
Yeah.
Once you get so close to that championship, the road up to it, to get back to it, might seem insurmountable, so.
Yeah. But, like, it's just with Jose Aldo, he's like, he has that I forget what it's called, but he has that beginner's mind. Like, he's willing to learn new things, like, as he evolves. He was training with the Brazilian Navy boxing team, like, before his fight with Rob Font, I think, and, like, he still trains with him now.
He's no joke. Yeah, he's definitely no joke. And
he has 7 losses, by the way.
7. I said 8. Then I said 6. So I was right. That's what I was kind of just trying to.
You were like really close.
Really, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I would like to see that fight, but I don't think that. I know. You know what? As much as Aljo says that TJ doesn't deserve it, I say give him a shot. Give him a shot because if TJ wins that, then we know where he's at. If he loses it, he's probably done.
Yeah, because he's
just
older,
get rid of him. You
know?
want to get rid of him. I would like to see Aljo or Aldo versus Dillashaw.
Aldo versus Dillashaw.
That'd be a good fight.
Aldo, I feel like. Okay. Who do you think takes that?
That'd be a great fight. I don't know. I'd love to see a couple legends like that.
Oh my God,
Legends, dude.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be a wonderful fight. So you heard it here first. Hammertime says, let's do that.
I'm biased, so I got Aldo. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't like Dillashaw. Don't lie. You don't like him.
I don't dislike Dillashaw. I have no beef with him. Actually, nah, that's not true. My only beef with Dillashaw is he likes to punch people after the bell during sparring.
He also cheated like a motherfucker.
I don't care about that as much.
I kind of do.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, listen. When you have all of the universe's gifts at your fingertip like me, it's easy to not cheat. All right?
Okay. True.
All right. But with Dillashaw, it to me, I actually don't really care that much because I think there's a lot more people doing that, and these hyper competitive guys kind of.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
But in fighting, it can be dangerous, and we know this. I mean, look, if you talk about bringing Bisping back up, he lost his eye.
Yeah.
Because a guy was juiced to the fucking gills and kicked him in the fucking head.
I mean, think about what we're doing. We're fighting. It's.
Now, I'm not sure if that Vitor Belfort being on steroids is what caused would it have happened?
That's the
would
point.
Would it have happened either way? But the fact that he did test after for it really
it just raises your eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like, okay, the one fight he gets caught, he ruins a guy's life.
Yeah.
So, and he's stepping into a cage. So,
I mean, but it's the nature of things. You got to pick your poison. You walk into a cage and it might,
Well, I was gonna ask, sorry about that pop there. I was gonna ask, what is performance enhancing though? Are you allowed to drink a Red Bull before you get into a fight? Can you right before you get out? If you're about to go out for a UFC fight, can you chug 6 Monsters and get ready for that fight if you have to? Is that allowed? Because would that be considered performance enhancing?
I mean, I guess it's based on your mental, really.
I mean, but you're literally putting a chemical in your body to get up for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Would caffeine be considered performance enhancing then? That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. You're right. There is a.
All right, we drug testing for caffeine now. Let's get it. No, I'm just.
Yeah. What constitutes performance enhancing is what I'm really asking here. So
it's whatever the public deems it, I guess.
It's true. Okay, so
But funny thing about that, on Joe Rogan's podcast, Bobby Green and his dad.
That's right.
Yeah, they were talking about when they were in Thailand, how a lot of Thai fighters can get steroids just over the table.
Yeah, you go to the pharmacy and get whatever you want.
Yeah, it's. I mean, in some places it's like that. And they were also talking about how, how USADA rarely ever comes there.
Yeah, but then on the same token, I heard all the guys. I heard Jan's coach come on.
Jan's name. I heard of his.
Yeah, but Jan's coach also came on. Was like, that's all bullshit. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. We get tested every week. The guy comes in and does it.
Joe Rogan pulled up videos of Tiger Muay Thai getting USADA visitation, but. Bobby Green's dad brought up a good point. Tiger Muay Thai does have a lot of money.
True. And I know to not get too off the subject, but I know that, I'm a really super fast runner, probably one of the fastest runners in the world. So I'm into Olympic sprinting as well. And I know that they had some, USADA testing in Jamaica was a joke. the entire time during Usain Bolt's career. And I'm not saying that he's done anything like that.
Yeah, but he's beat a lot of people that did test
for the Jamaican sprinting national teams, whatever, their testing lab where they kept all the specimens was like a work closet.
Yeah, it was like, and that's just the reality of like sports. Like a lot of people do these things, and it just is what it is.
Yeah,
but
no,
like, end of the day, like it's not gonna stop. There's always gonna be natural people in the sport. There's always gonna be people who abuse drugs in the sport.
It's part of the landscape. I'm certain, and
but it's wild though. Like, and it's like I have no issue with it, but like if you get caught, don't lie about it. Like, don't be like, oh man, someone must have slipped something in my drink.
Yeah. And I mean,
oh man, those dick pills, man. They no, I'm just playing.
Yeah. No, it's 100% true. Like, I think if people just own it, and I think TJ did own it. He's like, yeah, you got me. I think he denied it.
Bro, he opened up a bar called Clean Juice. Not only did he own it, he made money off of it. Come on now, that's what I
Well,
like
he did that with a
see.
snake in the grass thing too.
Yeah, he capitalizes on this shit.
Yeah, he's smart. He's a smart guy. But I did listen to the Bobby Green interview. I was driving the other day and I put it on.
Bro, his story is fucking crazy.
That guy is out there, man.
Bro, like he was talking about training in Mexico. Man.
Yeah, heard all about that, and then listened to his dad tell his prison story about having to fight his way and through prison and try and get through that experience, which sucks.
Bruh. Yo, the justice system really fucked him over.
Yeah, well, it's true. I had to do some deep cover work when I had to sneak into San
Guantanamo.
San Quentin. Actually, I was doing some deep cover work.
Okay.
Can't really talk too much about it, but I
got you.
Tough in there. It's tough in there, and you do got to fight your way out of stuff. But obviously, once I established myself in there, it was pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
But so his story is pretty accurate, and it was crazy how he even got in there.
Yeah, bro. Like he really got arrested for paying for something. He literally got arrested for paying for something and wanting and like needing a refund because he got cheated.
Now, let me just clarify this though and say that we're only hearing his side of the story.
True.
So from his side of the story, it sounds pretty clear that the guy fucked him over, but I'd like to see the court transcripts.
Okay, I like that.
It's like, okay, cool, you're out here and but I've been involved in some car deals and different things, and shit happens, especially when there's cash involved, and a lot of cash. But he lived through it, and it's like I'm glad those guys hooked up and are doing good things. I think that Bobby Green's attitude about fighting is very, very unique and very interesting.
Oh my god, yeah, he views it as art, and like when he said that, I felt it could I vibed with that very well because like that's how I see this stuff. Like this is art in motion, and like that's what he said. That's what when he was talking to Islam after he beat him. Like he was like, "Hey, you're an amazing fighter, but like you need style." Like, and that's true. Islam has style. But like that's
I think that's what I think that's what Bobby Green says to himself because he knows he's not that great of a fighter. He's never gonna be a champion.
Not that great. I mean, he's never gonna be a champion because like lightweight stack. Let's get that straight. Like he could be a champion if there's a 165 weight class. I say that about a lot of fighters.
I don't think so. Really he got fucking I think that he is just Bobby Green has to fight entertaining or he's gonna get cut because he loses.
I mean, he arguably beat Rafael Vaziev.
But he didn't. And it was an entertaining fight. That's why you remember it.
Yeah.
It's cool. He has to do that. Otherwise, he's gone. You can't just be a boring fighter and lose. Like, he knows that when he goes out there, he's got to do shit that's going to get him noticed. Otherwise, he's going to be gone.
To his credit, though, he's been fighting like that since he was a 21-year-old fighting in Mexico.
Yeah, that's why he's got a fucking, the record he has. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's
okay for him, but not really Masvidal because
So Bobby Green is he has to fight in a certain way. Otherwise, he's just an average fighter in the UFC and he's never going to be the champion. So he's a smart dude. I like what he does. He can afford to take chances because, he talks about Islam, whatever he said about him with style. He's like, dude, fuck you. Like, I'm the champion. I make money a lot. When you're the champion, you make so much more. And Bobby Green is a admitted company man for the UFC.
Yeah. I don't like that mentality. Like, you gotta
he has to do that though. I'm telling you, he doesn't really have any options. Like, he can go fight for Bellator, but Bobby Green he's only really known in the MMA world.
Bro, I would love to see Bobby Green in the Bellator lightweight division. He would wreck.
Yo,
shit.
But I would like the thing about Bobby Green is I know he's a kind of a mid-tier fighter, never be the champion. But when Bobby Green's on a card, I'm like, cool, I want to watch this guy fight.
That's facts.
So that's what I'm saying. Win or lose, I want to watch Bobby Green fight because he's what he says about his style and his art form and what he's doing.
Yeah,
he lives up to it. It's not. I don't think it's really about winning and losing for him.
And
he
it really is. It like his mind. Like, he never once said I care about winning or losing, and I fuck with that.
So really,
that's really cool.
And that's cool because for him, it's like if as long as the UFC keeps giving him whatever his pay is to show up and
obviously is good.
I wonder what you could look up what his fight salary is. What he got paid for his last fight. You should be able to find that.
Bet.
But if he's getting 150 to show, 150 to win, $50,000 fight bonus, which he pretty much gets all the time because his fights are exciting. So yeah, I mean, as long as he shows up and they don't really care if he wins or loses, but gets eyes on the screen, they're gonna use him like that. That's what they did that with Mike Perry as long as they could, but that guy just couldn't. He couldn't fight.
His purse was for his last fight was $65K.
Bobby Green's.
He got Bobby Green's, but he got the didn't he get fight of the night?
I don't know, but he's on a shit contract.
Yeah.
$65K.
Yeah.
And it's 65 to win, so he'd possibly make $130K.
Yeah.
But then he's got to pay out taxes. He's going to lose about 15% on that, and then probably pay out his managers and his dad and all those guys around him. He'll probably walk with.
Are you saying the UFC doesn't pay their fighters enough?
No, I think they pay fine. Honestly, I think they pay fine. To be honest with you, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, but think about how often Bobby Green fights though. So $65K. So he's. I mean, to his credit, he likes doing that.
It's no big deal for him. It's what he does.
Exactly. That's what he's been doing since he was 21 years old. He's just been making check to check. He's got to work. When he was hiding from the police, he was in his interview, he was saying, hey, I wasn't making money because I wasn't fighting. That's his way of making money. That's his main way of making money.
Dude, they got to let Cowboy and him fight. That'd be great.
Bro, I think he melts Cowboy.
Oh, right now? For sure. Yeah. But I know they got beef.
Oh, yeah.
They had some beef, and
apparently Cowboy said some. I done heard some out the way shit about Cowboy, talking to fighters, that he just does not fuck with, randomly. He'll randomly just snap at fighters.
Yeah, I think that some of his values I wouldn't necessarily jive with. You know what I mean?
That's not where I was going.
No, but I'm just saying, as far as a person goes, I know he's just I think that he's probably a good dude, but he
drinks during fight camps,
I know dudes like him, and people. I just think he is what he is. He's literally living. He's not a character.
He's a cowboy.
He's that's him.
A cowboy.
He's everything that you'd expect from that nickname on a person. And I respect that. And he's willing to get his ass kicked. And he's had his ass whooped a lot. And but that guy, I don't think he's going to fight anymore. I don't know if he should fight anymore.
One more time. Him and Diego, Joshua Fabia fucked Diego Sanchez over, bro.
Oh, you think?
That would have been a great retirement fight for both of them.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. I don't know if they are going to let Cowboy fight anymore in the UFC, right?
I
thought that Dana White said that he was done.
Nah, he's not done. He's done until Dana White needs him to.
I think people don't. I mean, I used to get excited to see him on a card, and now I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. It's like he's got to the BJ Penn state.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like,
where it's getting
Cowboy, you've lost 6 in a row, dude. Come on, stop. Last person he beat up was Alex Hernandez, I think.
Bro, that fight was so fucking.
And then
satisfying.
he got a no contest against Nico Price or something.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, but come on, dude. That was, I mean, he put out an effort, but then Conor just wrecked him.
Nah, I think no. Okay, in that 40 seconds, I saw some technical exchanges. All right.
Oh my God.
I saw some evolved form from Cowboy. I think he can put some wins together.
Oh Lord, he's done. He's done. I think though I'd love to. If there was a fight, if there was a card with Cowboy versus Bobby Green on it, I'd be stoked about that.
I would. Me too. Put Lando Venata as like a co-main with anybody.
Lando's fighting tonight or tomorrow or Saturday.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's one of those dudes that can't put it all together either. Like I would love to see Lando fight Yair Rodriguez.
Oh my. Yo,
that'd be a great fight, right? That'd be so fun to watch.
I would vomit from how much adrenaline.
Because it would never go to the ground. And it would be two of the most, and they're the same weight, and I could see that happening down the line, but I think if Venata loses a couple more fights, he's not going to be in the UFC. But he's one of those guys too, though. Like out of all the people on that card coming up on Saturday, I thought that I like to watch that guy fight. He's a fun person to watch fight.
Yeah.
And but he just hasn't put enough wins together in a row, and he loses big fights and can't get past like some of the upper tier fighters in the weight classes he's got to deal with. But he's definitely a problem for people.
Yeah, more so than people will admit.
He can beat anybody.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
he's really talented.
But he's I think he's 12-5 or something like that. And
yeah,
he's probably in his 30s. Is he in his 30s? Probably in his 30s.
He's 35.
Yeah, and that's when you're fighting at like those weights, like the lower, lighter weights. When you get an age, it just becomes more problematic.
Yeah,
but who knows? I don't know who he's fighting, but
I'm tripping. He's 30. I'm tripping.
He's 30. Okay,
yeah,
cool. So he's got some time. Yeah. I would love to see him fight Yair or something like that.
He might be. He might join the 37 club. Champions that become champions at 37.
I definitely think that's possible. I don't think it's going to ever happen with Lando Venata, though. I'm just saying. What else?
Especially in the lightweight division. That's a bit.
Well, yeah, what else we got going on?
We have Fight Night 52.
Fight Night 50. Oh, yikes. I think I'm doing something else on Saturday besides watching that.
I'm going to be watching it,
I'll probably have it on because I'm always doing research and studying and always training and, doing awesome stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'm probably going to be doing karate while watching it.
Doing some karate. I'll probably work on my nunchuck skills. So, yeah, there's some heavyweights that are pretty interesting on there. A big, I think, a Russian guy who's undefeated. He's fighting Chase Sherman. I know that fight's going on. Chase Sherman's going to get steamrolled, dude. I like the look of this guy. You should look at this Russian guy.
Alexander Romanov?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an interesting prospect at heavyweight, never lost.
Okay. I haven't heard of him, which is weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look him up. Yeah, this card is kind of, there's some bangers.
I don't know.
There's some potential. Man. Okay. There's some potential bangers. Manel Cabe's fighting. Charles Jourdain's fighting. Charles Jourdain versus Lando Venata. That's fight of the night.
You think so?
Yeah, that's gonna be fight of the night.
Okay, cool. Bet.
Alexander Romanov. Let me look him up a little bit.
He is a.
I'm gonna show the viewers some stuff.
Yeah, show him some of his stuff because he seems like he seems like he's a good fighter. But Chase Sherman is like one of those guys, good stepping stone. Check it out, see if you're made for the UFC.
Yeah, especially for heavyweight. So, his nickname's King Kong. Okay. Let's look at his debut.
He's not small.
Yeah, he doesn't look small.
No, not at all.
He don't want no problems though. He know Ronnie J will.
He know. Well, he's in your weight class, bro.
Yeah, he don't want this.
Nobody wants any of the Ronnie J.
Exactly.
For people that are out there that don't know, Ronnie J will put the hurt on you. I taught him everything I know.
Expeditiously.
Yeah. No. Taught him everything I know. Not everything, but everything he can handle. I don't want to make you too dangerous so you can't compete at higher levels. Because once you know the secrets of the DMOC and the depth touch,
nothing. It's just not the same. Like no.
Well, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever told you the one time that I got invited to a no holds barred tournament in Hong Kong. I went there.
That's how you know it was.
Well, I hooked up with this guy named Jackson. I was escaping. I was kind of like, I actually dipped out from the military AWOL, hooked up with this guy Jackson, a big American guy. We all went to this underground thing called the Kumite in Hong Kong, and then I proceeded to fight this guy named Chun-Li. After he took out Jackson, he took his knee out.
Did you think I didn't watch Bloodsport?
No. What are you talking about?
That's Bloodsport.
I had never seen it.
You've never seen Bloodsport?
No, but that's what I'm telling you what happened to me. I don't know why.
So you've never? Do you not know who Frank Dukes is?
No. And in fact, I've heard that name around, but I guess he's a total phony. But
he is a total phony. But like you're stealing a total phony's. No,
that never. Like, how could I steal somebody's stuff that never happened to you? This actually happened to me. I don't know. Maybe you're getting it the other way around.
No, tell me, please finish your story.
Well, then there's this guy Chun-Li. He's really a dirty fighter. He's killed people in the Kumite, and he kind of put a hurt on my friend Jackson. I went and visited him in the hospital. There's this hot reporter. We were totally like, okay, cool. Let's go back.
Was she blonde?
Yeah, she's blonde. She kind of snuck in there with this guy. I don't know how she got into the Kumite because they don't usually allow reporters. But long story short, I avenged him. And Chun-Li. I was the first Westerner that ever won a Kumite. Pretty cool story. Anyway, so, I could tell you more about it another time, but I don't want to make the whole podcast about me.
I feel you.
Okay, so
this Alexander Romanov guy is pretty good, actually.
Pretty good, right?
He throws side kicks. He is a big fella. He's 6'2", 261 pounds.
He's only 6'2", huh?
Yeah,
but
like he moves well. Like
yeah.
He's a.
I'm excited.
He would match up well with people like Tai Tuivasa and Tom Aspinall.
Yeah. I'm excited, actually. You know what? For the first time in a long time, I'm actually excited about the heavyweight division.
Seriously, bro, because like younger people are starting to get good.
Yeah, there's a new crop coming in, and I do like Francis Ngannou. I think that I don't know what his future is with the UFC, but I do know when I think of like Tom Aspinall, I think of this other guy that's coming up on the Russian guy we're talking about now.
Yeah, Alexander.
Tied to did Chris Barnett win his fight?
Chris Barnett?
Yeah. You know who Chris Barnett is? The guy that does the flips, the really out of shape looking guy who does flips.
Yeah.
He fought last weekend.
Oh, what? No, there's no way.
What?
He fought last weekend?
Chris Barnett fought last weekend on the final fight night. Yeah, I'm not sure if he won or not, but
I missed it. I was working.
I was watching the fights, but I started watching him after he had already fought, so I didn't even remember until just right now. But he's another heavyweight, right? And so
he lost by a decision.
He lost a decision.
Yeah.
To who did he lose to?
Martin Bidet.
Oh, bummer. Well, that Chris Barnett hype train's going to slow down a little bit with that.
Nah, he
I mean, he didn't get.
Wait, hold up. Whoa, it seems like there was a bit of controversy about the decision. Pros react after Martin. He elbowed him in the back of the fucking head.
Oh, okay. Who was refereeing? Herb?
Chill.
Just asking to see him.
Probably.
Yeah. Cool.
Dang, bro. Although many fans and pundits believe Bidet would be a tough matchup for Beast Boy, planned to prove his doubters wrong by scoring another highlight reel knockout.
So it went the entire distance though.
Nah, it was a technical decision.
TKO?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? I'm gonna watch that. We can reconvene about this.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, he lost, but heavyweights lose.
Yeah.
So but I think there's like some exciting guys coming up because it's so weird though to think about. It's so weird to think about somebody like Chris Barnett fighting Francis Ngannou.
He'd knock him out.
It's like right now Francis Ngannou is so good.
Yeah, for real.
And so scary. But I think that I don't know how much of a desire he really has to. I think that guy has been through fucking hell and knows how to deal with horrible shit. I just don't think he's really. I don't know if he really likes fighting.
Yeah. When you told me like his story in depth, I was like amazed. Like,
yeah, it's pretty insane what he had to go through to get to where he's at, and like, so he's got a fighting. Here's the thing about someone like him, and this is just me, I guess, imagining and guessing what it would be like. But when you fought for your whole life, literally. Like not just physically, like hands and fists, but you fought for your whole life for food, respect, just to live. At some point, he's got a lot of money and he doesn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah.
He just wants to fucking chill. And I could see that kind of brewing inside of him. I think he's looking for one big payday. And I think if he's got one more fight, I think, on his UFC contract, I think if he wins that, I think he wants a lot of money. I think he'd be done.
Yeah.
You know?
And like that would be like destiny fulfilled. He did his thing.
For sure. And you know, he could even stop and like relinquish his title and walk away. And if like 3 or 4 years from now come back and want to like knock somebody dead, he could probably
still be able to do it. Because how old is Francis?
He's in his 30s, probably 33. Is he 30? Actually, I think he's older.
Yeah, I think he's 35 actually. Because he started late. Late quotations.
Yeah.
It's never too late, guys.
Never too late.
Chase your dreams.
Never too late, yeah. I would consider making a run at like UFC Gold, but again,
his middle name is Xavier.
His middle name's what?
His middle name's Xavier.
Xavier. How old is he?
He is 35. Yep.
35 years old. Okay, so he I just think that dude I think he just wants to be financially secure to the point where he's like really good.
Which he deserves that.
Yeah, for sure. That guy from start to finish, his life story from where he went, from where he came from, where he's at. That guy's been like, he's got a lot of. You can see the guy's seen things, man.
Yeah, bro. Like when you, I feel like he doesn't tell a lot of the shit that went down on his way to, from his way to Cameroon to Paris. Like, I feel like he omits a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But,
Listen, dude.
He's like, you can tell, like, that man's, like, not scared of shit because he's seen some wild ass.
He's seen death.
Yeah. Like.
Listen, dude, these eyes I got behind here, the Hammertime eyes, that's why I got to cover them up, dude. Because I've seen the stuff and I can see it in his eyes. You can't wear sunglasses when you fight unless you're me. Right? So for him, he's got to show his eyes. I can't. It's like the sorrow. The things.
Yeah, that's true. I've known you for like 8 years, and
I shower with these on.
I've never seen your eyes once.
I shower with them on. Okay, but yeah, someone like him for real. I think just like I cannot wait for that guy to just be able to put his feet up. You know?
Yeah.
And just because he seems like a really, really interesting guy and a really nice guy.
He is. Like, he's a really cool dude.
He seems like a nice guy that happens to be poured into a fucking killer's body.
Yeah.
And he's, what a strange realization to have. Listen to this. Imagine this realization as a human being. Like, to look himself in the mirror at one point and be like, holy fuck, this is what I'm put on earth to do.
Yeah.
But my life story is like, if reflective back, if it was somebody else's to like probably look at yourself, seems unbelievable. Like, look at how he looks, how he's built. It's like, this is not even real. And to not even really be super experienced with fighting, I mean, just a few years, what a freak. I love it.
Honestly.
But once he's gone, then what?
Oh, man. Then we're going to have a flood of young.
You got Stipe and Jones.
They're going to be like the last.
They're supposed to fight this summer, though, apparently.
That's going to be amazing.
I don't disagree with that, but I think Jones wins.
I think Jones
shows a lot of people. You know what the thing about Jones right now? He's like back to Spartan life. His wife left him.
Yeah, that's facts.
And, maybe...
She ain't take the kids, though, which, I respect.
Maybe...
I'm sorry.
But right. But maybe at this point, who it's gonna be. I cannot wait to see John Jones fight again. How about that?
I'm actually really excited. Like, okay, I'm gonna be real. Like, as much as I talk shit, I do enjoy watching John Jones. He's what got me like. I'm
excited to see. He's another person that when he's gonna fight, I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see him do it. I want to see this guy. I want to see him do this art.
And the thing is, like, I'm gonna be real. He's not particularly like good at striking, but like his striking style is unique.
It's
like,
just
he has his own thing.
He's a fun person to watch do the art.
He's a martial artist.
Yeah, we talked about the art form, right? It's an art form, and like I don't like all music,
Yeah.
I mean, I make the best music. You got the bass back here. I can play every instrument. I don't know if you know that. I'm in a
He has played bass with his nunchucks before.
Yeah,
it was the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, I'm basically like Prince. I can play every instrument. So yeah, I do play my bass with a nunchuck sometimes. Okay, so watching John Jones fight, it's all styles. Like styles are cool. Stipe Miocic is a good fighter. He's got a style. Yeah. When you watch him fight,
you don't think he can box John up?
Oh, I think he can. But I just think that John is smart enough to make an adjustment while that's happening and not let it happen the whole time.
Yeah, because like, okay, in my mind, it's like
he can make on-the-fly adjustments and fight super quick.
He does, bro, and it's
adapt
insane.
And be like, oh, that's happening now. I'm not gonna let.
And that's in my mind. That's the reason why I think DC was the only person who could really beat him. Because like DC was the only person I knew that could make on-the-fly adjustments.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Daniel Cormier,
he was 5'10" and a heavyweight.
No, not even that.
I feel like that might have been to his
I don't think that's ever been an issue for Daniel Cormier. What the issue was John Jones's pedigree in wrestling. That was the big like Daniel Cormier was an Olympic wrestler.
Yep.
At heavyweight.
Yes.
And he ragdolled all the guys.
He ragdolled multiple black belts and wrestlers.
Except for John Jones. He couldn't. John Jones' wrestling. John Jones could have been an Olympic wrestler probably.
Yes.
So
Guaranteed.
and probably done really well. So when that came into play when they fought, that Daniel Cormier doesn't do anything else better than John Jones. So, and then what you said about, then you start to take into consideration the physical differences, and when all things are negated, as far as like your strengths.
Yeah.
Which Daniel Cormier used his small frame and his leverage and his wrestling against taller guys.
Beautifully.
Couldn't do it against Jones, so that levels the playing field. His striking isn't better than John Jones's. It's not worse, really. But then you're talking about 10 inches of reach. Yeah. And then John Jones's super creative mindset. Yeah. I don't think Daniel Cormier is quite as creative as a fighter.
That wouldn't happen to me, though. John Jones already know where to find me.
Oh, you want John? I see. I like that, Ronnie. I like your attitude. This is what it all. This is where it starts, buddy. Yeah. So yeah, I'll talk to some. I'm gonna get some heat on you over at the UFC. I know people.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. What else we got going on? Anything else? Or are we done here today?
I think we're done.
I think we're done today. Sounds good. Okay. Well, if anybody stuck with us to the very end here, this has been the Hammertime MMA Power Hour with Mace Hammertime and Ronnie J.
Ronnie J.
And we did it again. If you guys, if anybody out there likes our podcast and what we're doing here, go ahead and like, subscribe, share. If you don't, we're gonna find you and kick your ass because that's what we do. Anyway, we're going to get back here next week and talk about some more MMA and some more fight stuff and some more cool shit that we always talk about. But from the Toolbox Studio and Dojo here in Parts Unknown, this has been Mace Hammertime and
Ronnie J.
See you next week. Peace.